Demar Derozan did an interesting interview with Chris Haynes. Put the link in the description below. Talking about his take on the trade.
At the end of the day, I gave everything I had to that team. Every single day and night, whatever was asked for me, to make us better. And it showed. It showed in the progress that we made as a team, as me as an individual. So when you put that out there saying, gave them chances and I had to do something, it's BS to me.
Between him and Kawhi Leonard, how he felt about the situation, what he was told, what he wasn't told. And, everybody's going to come down on the side of, hey, who was right, who was wrong. Most people are on DeMar DeRozan's side. They felt like, hey, he was giving some misguided information. Masai Ujiri had to come through with an apology. So it shows that there was some wrongdoing on the Raptors organization part about how they handled the situation, how they revealed the situation to DeMar DeRozan, and how they basically played him. I completely understand DeMar DeRozan's feelings about the situation. I understand that he's upset. That makes a whole lot of sense. But at the same time, he can't show himself to be so butthurt about the situation. He's doing 20-minute interviews where half the time he's talking about how he got traded, how he's upset about being traded. And it's just so weird because if you look at the situation from just a pure basketball standpoint, he went to play in the Eastern Conference. He got swept out of the semis back-to-back years to go on to play for the San Antonio Spurs, where they compete for a championship yearly. So it's not like the Spurs are never contenders. They're better contenders than the Raptors. Yes, the West is stacked, but every single year since like 98, they have been in contention, 50-plus wins. I think last year was like the first year I think they didn't get the 50-plus wins. So every year they're basically contenders to win a chip, and you're upset. You're butthurt. They told you that, hey, this is a family. But you know yourself, the game, everything about teams in the industry, the league, it's a business. So, yes, you were given some misguided information. He went on Instagram. He said what he had to say. He went on Twitter and said what he had to say. But at the same time, it's just like, don't do any more interviews about it. Either you're going to do one interview, shut down the whole story, but you can't keep going on Instagram, doing interviews, multiple interviews about how you feel like you got played and everything like that. We saw what happened, guys. Like, you don't need to keep reiterating the situation. It's sort of like, somebody that's in a bad relationship and they kind of keep sulking over it, the relationship. But then they got a good situation, maybe a new woman or a new man that's, ready to take them out, but they're still salty about the old guy. And they're shunning a new person who is potentially better than the person that they were with before. So DeMar DeRozan, to me, he has to get off this little soapbox about getting hurt. I know it was recent, whatever the case is, but this is a business. Like, how do you think Kawhi Leonard feels? He been wanted out of San Antonio. They sent him to a team that he didn't want to play for. Then you gotta know something else. Danny Green was misdiagnosed with a groin injury for a whole year, a groin tear. They didn't notice it. Kawhi Leonard played with the quadricep injury for how long? And he said that he got misdiagnosed. And people didn't really believe him. Now this is coming out about Danny Green. So now it's believable about what he said. So how do you think that guy feels? There's somebody else that's going through the same situation that you're going through, but you don't see him crying about what he was told or what he wasn't told or whatever the case is. At this point, DeMar DeRozan has to give himself a little gut check and say, look, I was done wrong, I was done dirty, but I'm going to move on from the situation. And the best thing to feel about the situation is, hey, every time I play the Raptors, I'm going to give them 50. And that's it. Another thing that was very interesting about the interview he did with Chris Haynes, he said, well, I felt like this was the time for us to do something special since the guy that was in our way, LeBron James, went to the Western Conference. And basically that confirmed my theory about the Toronto Raptors all along. They were scared of LeBron James completely. Like, to say that, well, the guy that is in our way went to the Western Conference. there shouldn't be like one guy in your way. It should be the team that's in our way. The way that he approached the game, the reverence they gave LeBron James, is basically what got him traded because he's not a A+ superstar. Like you never hear Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant, Draymond Green, even Rajon Rondo, Ray Allen, KG during the times they played against LeBron James saying LeBron's in our way. Never. They say we got to beat that team. And going through LeBron, whoever's on that team, whatever the case is, that's what it is. They didn't have such a high reverence and praise for him. That's why he got traded. Now that trade has led you right back to the situation where you don't want to be. But this is the best part. Your team on paper is still better than the Los Angeles Lakers. You have Aldridge, yourself, Patty Mills. You still have like a nice little bench, nice little nucleus. You're still better. So still shouldn't be an excuse to get past the Lakers. But he's going to make an excuse. And that's basically what got him traded. He shouldn't really be mad at the Raptors organization for trading him for a better player. He should be mad that they traded him essentially because the way that they traded him, of course, they lied to him, whatever the case is. But he should be mad at himself, more at himself, being that he didn't show himself to be indispensable to the point where he doesn't get traded. He has to get over this. He has to stop whining and crying about this. Like, this is really sad. Like, it's like he wanted to be a Raptor for life. Dog, sometimes it doesn't work out like that. Sometimes the relationships that you make, you have to sever ties, but then you have to move on to a better, bigger and better situation. To me, San Antonio is a better situation. The Spurs will be one of those teams that will compete to get out of the West and go to the NBA Finals, as opposed to the Raptors. This year, people were saying, well, he was saying that, oh, could be our year. Dog, the Celtics got better. The Philadelphia 76ers didn't really get better, but they could definitely beat the Raptors, so that was out. So that's how I feel about the situation. DeMar, stop crying about it, man. We all know what happened. They will pay the price. They will pay the penance for lying and doing you dirty. Don't worry about it.